shade. I see the sparks you throw my way. I know your name is written on everyone's mind. Your whole show is captivating me, but don't think that I can see right through that disguise. But when you got close to me, you had me falling so hard, baby, hard, baby. Yeah, now I get it. You got heads turning, and you don't even try. Well, would you look at that? My glass is empty, glass empty. How about I get another drink, baby, drink, baby? Okay, I get it. You got fire burning, right there in your eyes. So when you got this whole thing, I like the way you look at me. How about we just go with the flow? Now you know I feel it too. But I don't think this could be something that becomes a thing. Maybe just for tonight, then I'll be over you. But when you got close to me, you had me falling so hard, baby, hard, baby. Yeah, now I get it. You got heads turning, and you don't even try. Well, would you look at that? My glass is empty, glass empty. How about I get another drink, baby, drink, baby? Okay, I get it. You got fire burning, right there in your eyes. Oh yeah.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Yeah. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah. Lions gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the Savannah. I'm coming home, Savannah. We'll never be alone, Savannah. Beauty of the world, Savannah. Let's all take a walk. Savannah, I'm coming home, Savannah. We'll never be alone, Savannah.
Hi. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Hello. I am Brandon. Thank you so much for the follow as well at the start of the stream. How you doing? Welcome everyone. Let's watch some MPL. We just have to decide which one we're gonna watch first. This one. And this one. Okay. So, 13 minutes till that starts.
Are back. Goni, Mirkon, as well as Arashi are going to accompany you today.
Man, it's gonna be insane.
Archie already match point in PH. Oh, okay.
Day number 2.
13 minutes till that game starts.
Big match. RRQ Hoshi taking on Aura Fire, and obviously with this
RRQ
matchup,
Hoshi
we're gonna
versus
have to see
Aura.
how both of these teams perform under so much pressure. But in the upper bracket situation right now, if they do lose, they will still have that lower.
How's everyone going today?
Exactly, having two.
I want a game with
out of
Florin.
possibilities, right? Having the
GG's.
possibility to
Well
actually
played.
get a second chance, right? I think it weighs really much
Hello.
on the mental state of these teams,
Come.
because if you don't have that
Come here.
opportunity, it's gonna be a lot more
here,
at
come here,
risk
come
when
here.
you want to perform, when you want to try out.
Hey,
your
distracted
strats
by
and
food. How you
creative
doing?
about your drafts or your strategies.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
You're nearing
it has
Mythic
been
4?
an
Nice.
awesome
I'm nearing
playoff.
Legend 2.
But there will
I've
be
been
more
losing
to
so
come.
much.
Samsung Galaxy A33 presents the pleasure of playing games with what around
Hello.
8 gigabytes of RAM. I heard.
Hello.
8 gigabytes of RAM, 256.
Hello.
Memory storage as well. 120 refresh rate, Super AMOLED display, and of course, more important.
Have a good day, class, crocodiles.
So lag, that's a thing of the past, man. We don't do that.
No,
Hello?
we don't do that here. All we
Hello?
do is awesome, and it's for everyone. As you guys can check out the website.
Hello?
Samsung.com/ID. But Tony,
You hit Mythic 4, nice,
Day
Ito.
one was pretty awesome. There's some upsets that happened actually, and I think we're gonna take a look first at the brackets for day number 1 after day number 1
Cute.
results.
We're gonna see the details here, perhaps multiple scenarios.
My dog is gonna
as well.
stream
We
today,
can
not me.
somehow- Well, we can discuss here, ladies and gentlemen. Day 1, 2 teams, like we said earlier, Aura eliminates Alter Ego. Meanwhile, Bigatron advances and sending Rebellion home. Take a look at it now. With RRQ taking on Aura in our first match, Onyx and as well as Bigatron, who will go down to the lower brackets.
Oh man, I mean it's a very tough.
When is the match?
position right now for
Soon.
Any of these teams, obviously.
I think
me and Arashi, we both did not expect Orifire to actually progress to the next stage.
RCPH is already
It's already showing.
match point.
Season 10, still unpredictable as usual.
11 minutes till that
Very
game
focused on
starts.
match number 3
Till the match point
here.
for
Match number 1
Onyx
on
versus
the day,
RSG.
third match in the playoffs. It seems we're gonna take a look at the lineups as well, Connie.
Let's see.
And then we've got Aura versus RRQ now in MPL ID.
Teams, they are going to do
Hello,
all the
Poncho's
shakeup
human.
of the playoffs.
Hello.
Really?
Perhaps, Rams. Perhaps.
Oh, I don't know, man. Like, cause all right, we've seen RRQ Hoshi pull off a lot of different compositions.
They picked Mino jungle twice.
We'll take a look at it right here. First,
they win?
Obviously, we are going to take a look at RRQ.
Who picked Mino jungle?
Nothing changed here for RRQ. Still, their main 5 lineup, and it seems for Orifire 2, they've stuck with their regular 5-man lineup.
Well, consistency is key, right? That is what we've been echoing for the past few days. And for both these teams, I mean, changing up, doing something crazy at the second day of the playoffs, that's a bit of a bold
Lost both.
maneuver.
Onyx
So
did?
You go with their usual 5, and they all seem.
Bro, what's
very
up with
ready.
this Mino
Orifire
jungle,
obviously
man?
has the momentum of actually
Onyx out?
superseding
Not
the
yet.
expectations
Of,
of the audience
it's match
and
point.
the expert opinion leaders, but for RRQ, they are a very solid team as
Bro,
well. And Orifire does not know
what is up with this
RRQ
Mino
have any
jungle?
secret strats still hidden up their sleeve.
And
It's
right now,
0 for 3 now
whether
in
or not
MPL ID
Orifire
and
are still hiding
PH
those pockets
in the
right?
playoffs.
Because yesterday we saw a whole new Orifire with their Akai in the jungle, something that we haven't seen from this team, and the Minotaur as well.
Well, let's take a
Minotaur.
look at Aura Fire here as Kabuki seems like he
Kabuki though is motherfucking marksman gods.
Back here. Second leg, they were kind of shaky performance-wise, but boy, oh boy, they bring the heat, they bring the fire in the playoffs, especially day 1, and they want more. Take a look at the highlights here. Kabuki again showing prowess, showing poise, and handling situations under the intensity of the match.
They need to adjust or they will lose. Well, hopefully they do adjust.
They picked up with a very, very high win rate as well. GPM 700. It seems like
Kabuki was the difference, man.
Against Skylar. That's the question.
He has roam is better than jungle. Yeah, Mino's not a good jungle. I don't know why I keep seeing him.
Yesterday we already showed something, but now we will not surrender till the end. As
So that's the
our
funny
goal
thing,
is to
right?
welcome the Hydras, the Indonesian Hydras.
Australia is so like
This team
the
against all
people
odds,
that watch
once
MPL
again,
in
as they
Australia,
walk down the tunnel cam by head and
you can
shoulders,
watch a Mino jungle,
greeted by
and then
the
like
crowd
a few
here
hours
today.
later, or
Day
like
number 2,
you know
it seems
whatever,
that we have more people in attendance
you log
here.
into Mobile Legends
Again,
and play
welcome
rank
the main
yourself.
5 members
You'll
of
see a
Orifire
Mino
that are
jungle.
here to shock the world.
I had a Mino jungle today.
They're gonna try and
But then he decided to take away the retry because
it's gonna be even bigger of an upset for sure.
there was a better jungler.
Let's welcome the team that is one of the teams
But
that is in the
it's funny to
upper
see.
brackets. RRQ.
Oshana is like a month behind the meta though.
Themselves. We can already hear the passion from the teams.
Not really. Like you can.
Finishing second place in the regular season, a team that had a
Not
very
really.
rocky start. This time they're looking for that
We like to
consistency.
copy MPL PH. We like to copy MPL ID.
Kabuki, the Golden Bull.
It's just that we have a lot of players in our
Skylar has not let down
server that like to play what they like to play.
When they were struggling, Skylar is always there maintaining his performance.
Like literally, you can watch it tonight and you'll see it tonight.
Again, throughout the regular season, this guy deserves
Just because they want to try it out.
being a remarkable hero.
They're probably there's nowhere near as good as them,
GPM
but you'll see it.
you compare it to Kabuki, this guy is perhaps arguably the #1 goal laner in MPL ID. Hopefully,
Skylar.
we can give a fun game. RRQ Hoshi, give your best, said Skylar, as we are going to welcome Requiem, Kaon, as they are.
I'm gonna go for Aura.
By head and shoulders.
RRQ Hoshi, the kings of kings.
The kings
Three-time
of
MPL
kings.
champion walking up to the stage.
Actually,
led
no, I can't
by
go against
the
Albert.
youngest member on their team, Skylar. And in the middle, you can see the baby alien. He's back for some vengeance here, up against Aura Fire.
Albert R7.
He'll try and show
Lemon.
dominance against high
Damn.
of Aura Fire. He
Go
is
Aura.
the #1 jungler in Indonesia. That is a title that
I can't
he
go
has
against.
been
I can't go against Albert.
collecting. And so he will have
Go
to
back,
actually
back,
perform
back.
in front of the home crowd, in front of his own fans, and that's a lot of pressure.
That is going to be. They are going to
Lemon
have a
is
lot of
playing.
pressure. As we can see here, one of the coaches from
Lemon R7.
RRQ
Albert,
going to
Skylar.
which means perhaps they're gonna coach off online.
Who's the
here
other one?
For side of RRQ, but let's welcome.
Let's have a look.
All right.
Hey, homie.
Mastermind from our Aura Fire.
Tezet and
So
Analyst
no Clay?
Palevi.
I'm not
I
too
believe
sure.
for
We'll see, we'll
RRQ,
see.
It is still going to be Viel and his analyst Achil, but they're not going to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome them though, as we are going to talk a little bit about that team head-to-head, by head and shoulders for both of these teams.
Well, look at that. Aura Fire having the advantage in all categories, but of course, if you look at the previous match history, Aura was able to actually get an advantage over RRQ
I think it's
Hoshi
Clay in the
first
fourth
leg,
seat.
but afterwards, it does seem like RRQ Hoshi
Have
got
a look.
read on their playstyle. So right now, if you take a look at the objective,
Yo, this guy's locked in.
First objective and first lord.
This
Power
guy's
and
locked
Lord,
in.
essentially, is
He's
outside
ready.
of Aura Fire. RRQ Hoshi will have to try and get an advantage all the way with that first turtle. And if we see
He's
how
envisioning
Aura
the
Fire
win.
is able to do damage control and then pull the game away from the clutches of defeat, I think RRQ Hoshi
Where's my
needs
phone?
to be even more disciplined than Aura Fire.
Oh, I think I left my phone
Now,
inside.
I'm quite surprised seeing the stats here. It seems like throughout the KDN as well as objective, it is actually leaning towards Aura Fire.
I need to go get my
well,
phone.
We'll see here the playoffs. The stakes are different. Yeah, sure. Aura Fire, they have heated up. They got the warm-up match yesterday, and now against RRQ, this is no fun and games. Kiss the victory by Axe here for side of RRQ Hoshi, Rashi.
Target ban Kabuki's hero, win the matchup in the mid lane, initiate the ganking setup from the first 5 minutes, be disciplined and don't be rash. If they try and take out Aura too eagerly, might be quite difficult, so staying disciplined will be the way to go. And if they can shut down Kabuki, we have seen that this man, given the right tools, can absolutely carry the game, can still pop off. Still a massive danger for the success of RRQ.
Isn't it hard to
If they
shot
can
call
shut
with
him down
masks on?
First and foremost, they can then ensure that
Maybe.
Skylar on their team can actually pop off and wreak havoc for Aura Fire. But on the other side, for the side of Aura Fire, the keys to victory by Axe, Beatrix can be the key, explore High's hero pool, pressure RRQ's gold laner, and being disciplined in the team fight, especially from the mid to late game. Because we have seen that Aura is very flexible with their strategies. The mid game is where it becomes quite difficult. If they have advantage, they have to maintain it. If they fall behind, they need to be able to stall the game long
Alright,
enough.
I'm back.
Because later on, they are very creative in how they want to find opportunities and strategies in the late game to try and turn the game around.
And currently, they have a lot of really just these pocket strats that they can utilize in the draft coming in first, right? Obviously, in the way that they play,
I'll do a prediction
they have
soon.
been, in my opinion, quite shaky even yesterday. A few moments were able to be turned around on them with that discipline not being there for Aura Fire, right? But they did improve over the course of the series against Alter Ego, and that's what's scary now for RRQ. They're up against an Aura Fire that's warmed up, that's fired up after the full 5 games they had to go through yesterday.
Ooh, well, here we go. Aura Fire. Depending on what kind of strategy they can pull out, they can actually catch RRQ off guard, but this is what we've been talking about, right? The same thing can be said about RRQ. We have not seen them in any match in the playoffs, and if Alter Ego and Aura Fire can surprise us so much, what more can RRQ do as we take a look at Feel from RRQ? With the Champion Quantum, of course.
Very clean. I like the design. It's so crisp. It's so just clean and sharp. And
Just like the audio.
Value, just like the audio as well. JBL Quantum, ladies and gentlemen, and check that out. We can see here the fans are also from the venue, from the side of our Fire fans here. It seems like they are still bringing that momentum from day one.
Hey Sage, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day or night wherever you're joining from.
Factor in today's match.
The audience?
The momentum.
The momentum,
For
man.
sure. I think
Welcome.
You can't deny the effect of momentum. And when you see your fans all in gear, by the way, because on the venue, we do have a merch shop in the 3rd floor and fun games as well in the 5th and 6th floor of the GX Pro Arena. We can tell that the fans are absolutely ready. And when they're in uniform, it just hits different, man.
Absolutely, you know, and again, right, after playing one match in the playoffs already, up against RQ now, this is your second match, that warm-up can definitely be an upper edge for them because they felt this atmosphere yesterday. They went all the way to 5 games, so in terms of pressure, maybe they have more experience, but you're up against RQ,
Is there a
team
timer for
with
the start
Coach
of
Fiel
draft?
and his analyst, Achil.
There was.
They're definitely going to be able to dissect a little bit of the
It's
draft that
draft now.
was shown yesterday,
the
the
timer's
gameplay
up.
as well, and when you have such a solid team right here as well in the mid lane, the KDA mid laner, Clay. If we're talking about consistency, we have to talk about this man. All the way from Season 7, when he was still in Genflix Airwolf, he was the consistent member. He was the standout. And here, it looks like still the same.
7.3 KDA. What? That is the highest in MPL Season 10 right now. And for good reason. He just finds so many opportunities, making sure that he is not in danger, but still available to actually dish out damage, dish out utility for his team. And I think that is what makes Clay so special. But of course, against Aura Fire,
I think this
what
is
they
gonna be a really
specialize
good
in
match.
is to make things chaotic, is to get
Really
to that
good
back line.
series.
And so that's why Araki Hoshi needs to be very careful. If they don't deal with that disruption properly, Aura Fire can absolutely
Go
take over.
NXP.
And the main criticism towards Clay in the previous seasons has been he's been always too safe.
Is
He
that
doesn't
your
make those
team,
crazy
Itza?
risky plays. He doesn't
that
go
your
for the
team
flashy
that you go
heroes
for?
as well. He usually stays on the high ground heroes, the safe positioning types, like the Yve, the Xavier, the Farsa. But this season, we've seen him on those flashy heroes a lot. The Valentina, the Julian even. He has been performing and he has been progressing as well. The improvement has definitely been visible for Clay. But today, he's up against a menace
see the
in
post
the mid
about
lane.
M4
The most
tickets? No, I
active
didn't.
mid
What was the
laner in
post?
Season 10. Up to yesterday, he actually had the most assists in the league, overtaken by Key, but still, facehugger as a mid lane, not a roamer. He's crazy. He is so active on the map, and he enables every single play that happens from Aura Fire in the early game.
He's definitely a key member for Aura Fire. And RRQ heroes like the Yve, like the Farsa as well.
They're
But of
selling
course,
it now?
RRQ
Oh,
Hoshi
okay.
can very easily switch it up. And
I'll have to
Aura
get
Fire, how they deal with that will be interesting,
this is
right?
interesting
Will
because
they
they're
go
both
for
good.
an assassin?
That's
Will they
true.
go for a tank jungler? Because that is what
Both
we've
very
seen.
good
That's what
teams.
we expect. That's a switch up we can see coming in from the side of Aura Fire.
On that note, let's talk about the drafts a little.
Okay.
On day 1, Aura Fire, every time they picked up the Nakai, it seems like they have a positive win rate, which is somehow peculiar because throughout the regular season, Hai hasn't played a lot
Exactly.
of Akai. I think he played it once, and after that, he just
Are they drafting yet? What is
ghosted
happening?
Akai. But suddenly, playoffs seems like it has been his main hero.
MPL stream louder than my
Will we
voice.
see
Is that better?
a bunch of Akai here in our first
Is that
match?
better?
But before that, let's talk a little bit more
This
about
better?
Godiva, the immense hero pool as a roamer.
This is
Number
better,
one
yeah?
Highest hero pool roamer with 15
turned
unique
myself up
heroes.
heaps.
This man is the main edge of the spear for Aura
Okay.
Fire. When you want an aggressive playstyle, you need an aggressive roamer to open
Godiva.
up the map to engage those fights.
Godiva.
Godiva, though, we have seen that a lot of teams have been absolutely targeting him in the drafting phase. So maybe he has come up with a solution, with a new option that will surprise RRQ Hoshi today.
Man, let's take a look at the audience prediction this
Whoa.
time. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Last time this happened to Aura, it was Aura who took the game, that took the match
90%
yesterday.
to
81%
10.
of the audience prediction by TikTok yesterday went for
Wow.
Alter Ego. Today, it's 90% of the audience for RRQ Hoshi. But I think this is where Aura Fire find their
Distracted by
comfort,
food.
being the
Probably
underdogs
they're
in the
adjusting
match.
the controls
Write
of
us
the
off,
settings.
it's fine. We're gonna go for some crazy picks. We picked up the Minotaur yesterday.
Oh, nice
we might
venue.
see something even crazier today.
I mean, that's how it works, right? Because it's season 10, so when the odds are in your favor, that's where you need to be most terrified. Or a fire, so that means they can go crazy. And speaking of drafts, we can't forget to talk about that Faramis, right? I think the 2 games where they picked up that Faramis, they were able to find success.
Guys,
it does
show
seem
me the
like their current
draft.
playstyle is playing for security, right? Making sure your members survive, and as long as you can guarantee that, eventually your opponents will start to fall.
Which is quite interesting, right? When we're talking about Faramis, I mean, the popularity of Faramis has decreased in the last couple of weeks of MPL ID regular season, but it seems like in the playoffs,
This
it's
is
quite
ID stream.
effective, even though
This is
they're going up
Indonesia.
against Claude. You can't go.
I want to see
counter that with
Lolita
a
and
Melissa. What do you think
Faramis
that
in the
is?
same game.
It's been a favorite here for the Faramis, right? I mean, yesterday it stayed at 100% win rate actually. But before that, let's take a look at the audience comment here by Zana0801. RRQ, total domination.
Wow.
Hashtag Viva RRQ.
Viva
You can see the
RRQ.
confidence from the RRQ kingdom as well. Right on cue as the crowd goes wild for their teams. But again, Faramis.
What are
I
you
think
doing?
Faramis in
Come here.
general, you just know. You know, Faramis
Come on.
has lost that power that he had in the previous patch, but when you put the Faramis on the hands of someone like Facehugger,
on.
that's a different beast. A Facehugger absolutely performs on this hero. It feels like the hero was made for him, right? A hero that enables a whole lot of plays, flashy, and very mobile on the map.
I think it depends on the composition, because we've already mentioned again and again, Faramis is a hero
Thank
that can really do well right now, even after the nerfs, provided that you're up against a specific composition, and you also have a specific composition that can help him out, that can draw out his full potential. If you're dealing against
Oh,
burst,
yeah, I have a
if you're
dog.
going up
His
against
name's
AoE,
Poncho.
if you are already forced to clump up anyways, there is no reason why you can't pick up the Faramis and just outlast any kind of damage. So, with that being said though, I think RRQ for sure will know how to deal with that Faramis pick.
So we'll see here. Let's talk about Vin here in particular. 3 times winning with RRQ Hoshi
Okay,
of
where you
MPL,
going?
Finals MVP, MPL ID
Wanna
Season
go?
5 as
Go.
well, and the first team roamer for MPL.
His name is
ID Season 8
Poncho.
now. We're talking about Vin. Back then, he was a mid laner.
Yep.
He transformed his role into a roamer. It seems like he's so effective because his shot call, he can shot call, he can as well. I guess his macro game is just up there.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
Very good pickoff game as well. You know, when we're talking about RRQ's Vin, usually, well, back in the day, a few seasons ago, the
Yo,
main
this is
criticism
taking
for
a
this
long
player
time
has
to get
been
into the
his hero
games.
pool. Once he doesn't get this Franco, when he doesn't get his Ruby, those comfort picks, he doesn't really perform on the stage. But again, this is something that he has been working on. In Season 10, he has the #1 most unique heroes picked in the regular season, 12, right? The number was 12 there. And it just shows that, again, this man has been learning. This man has been improving. And I think RRQ as well have been improving, right?
I thought
This
I
is
did a
team
long enough prediction.
That's just been so consistent
I might
throughout
have to
the
do a-
entirety of the 10
might have to do
seasons
another
we've had in
prediction.
MPL Indonesia Season 10. 10 seasons of MPL Indonesia. And right now, this is what I'm curious to see, right? How much have they improved from the 2-week gap rest time that we had from the regular season to the playoffs?
Exactly, because for Aura Fire, it seems to be enough to at least bring back that spark, that special something, the je ne sais quoi for Aura
Je ne
Fire.
sais quoi.
So for the side of RRQ Hoshi, speaking of the flexibility of
Je ne
Vin,
sais
for the
quoi.
most part, we still see that he goes for
Haven't heard
something
that
more
in
aggressive,
ages.
something more crowd control heavy. So we have not seen the same kind of flexibility towards the supportive roles, but of course that could easily be the exact thing that RRQ Hoshi is hiding from the eyes of the public.
Let's see, right? Right now, we are still waiting for that draft to start to begin. But both teams definitely prepared a very, very unique draft for each other, right? This matchup is going to be very reliant on the draft as well. We know that for both RRQ Hoshi and Aura Fire, their main strength in a lot of these
Are the
regular
MPL
season
most
games
permanent?
have been through the draft. As now we are going to take a
I don't
look
think
at
so.
High's comment here. I'm very ready to go up against RRQ. With this victory against Alter Ego, I'm even more ready. So he's coming in pumped, right? And this is what I said, Aura Fire, they're a momentum-based team. When you give them that win, when you give them a match, right after they're fired
I
up,
just
right
bought
after
heaps
they
of
win
them.
a 3-2, man, it's looking scary right now.
It's evident even just from yesterday's series, right? They went lose a couple
I'll just
of
keep
games,
using them.
but then when they won the third game,
I think I bought
they will
like
just win the
10.
fourth one. So I
10,
guess, yeah, our Fire
back-
is
back-
a
back
very,
ones.
very momentum-based team. Now against a team like RRQ, though,
I probably
that's
bought more.
challenging Arashi. I mean, they're veterans, they're very experienced players, and they have a taste already experiencing the international stage.
And they are no strangers to the late stages of the game. They have their own style of
Bro,
late
oh my
game
God,
gameplay.
what is
And of course,
happening?
they know exactly how to try and find opportunities because they used to be called the comeback kings. You can do really well against them, but out of nowhere, they'll find 4 kills. They'll find a wipeout, and before you know it, you lost the game. So against Aura Fire, right? If they want to keep the momentum going, it's going to be very much difficult against any team in the MPL, much less RRQ Hoshi.
Yeah. No, though, again, we're gonna have to see because you're right. For Aura Fire, there are many times yesterday even we saw up against Alter Ego there that their late game was exploited by Alter Ego, right? And against RRQ Hoshi, against
just wanna
Vin as well,
see some
who performed
pics.
so well in that late game, the hand of the king
I like it.
with his number 4 most total assists in the regular season. They're
That's
going to have
cool.
to be very careful because he truly is the hand of the king. He gives the team
What
the
is
advice,
actually
he makes
happening,
the
though?
shot calls, and the team just goes for it.
It's great. I mean,
They look like
why
they're
it's
ready.
so fun to see these teams, right? Is the nicknames they give them. Because I think for RRQ, having that king
favorite nickname
title
is Chadera.
very cool. Chadera's is pretty good. Unfortunately,
bro.
we won't be seeing him right here just yet. But yeah, Aura with the dragon theme, RRQ with the, I don't know, royalty theme. I think it's really, really cool.
Troubleshooting.
And it's only day number 2, so we're going to see a lot more of it in the playoffs. And right now, I think we actually might get into a break. Hang on.
Unfortunately, we are...
with an exclamation point, not a period. Here we go. RSG on blue. Interestingly enough, I think it's
What's this?
RSG who made this choice.
Yeah. I think it was given to Onyx because they lost game 2, right?
Playoffs rules.
I'm not sure if you know the home team gets
All right.
to
Light,
select
Demon Kai,
every
Nats,
the loser,
Iman,
yeah, or the
Aqua.
loser from there on.
On the
We need to
Yota,
double-check
Net,
our rule
Super
books, but yes,
Prince,
going into the draft, it's the Akai and the
Rapidat,
1-1 band
and
out. And then
Sensuin.
Onyx takes out the Paquito and Fanny. Oh, man.
same pattern as with game number 1.
Do you reckon RSG is going to take Mino
Yeah,
again?
difference is the jungler for RSG and Onyx will be limited because the Paquito is out, but RSG still going for the same set of bans. They ban out the 1-1. because,
Demon Kite
you know,
was on
Onyx
Minotaur?
did just show that they're willing to give the amount of heroes that RSG wants on the first phase. So Valentina is
Oh,
now
Onyx
out.
played Mino.
Paramis
Oh, okay,
is
okay.
a possibility for RSG, but
That makes more
they
sense.
don't
I was
have the
like,
clock.
Demon Kite played
you know,
Minotaur
that
jungle?
Avenue might
Sensui.
be, might be a little dangerous for
Sensui.
RSG considering that Onyx
Stop
can
punch.
just still answer
Up.
up with both the Atlas and Claude. Either that or the Claude and Lolita.
Come on.
Actually point
Up.
for RSG if they want to secure a good glimpse
Relax,
of the first
okay?
draft or the first phase of this drafting. Because will it be the tank or will it be... Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's the...
Relax.
I thought they were gonna pick the Claude here for RSG because they have had phenomenal success with
Relax
Claude,
your
but
face.
I think it's the game 1 factor, you know. The Claude was a little underwhelming on Emma, so it feels like RSG might just want to switch up the ideology behind the orders that they go into. So Onyx, this is a good, 2 picks for them. You still get the Claude and Atlas. Either that, or you go for the Balmond +1.
Yeah. That would totally make sense for Onyx Philippines. The
Or
jungler.
Balmond Claude, right?
Yeah, the jungler or the gold laner. Oh, there you have it. Nets.
They made the choice. They drew the line in the sand. It's not a Claude game. They're not feeling Claude in the playoffs.
You're feeling, they're bringing a tiger in plus the Farsa.
Folks,
How's this?
Let me paint you a picture. Midnight's gears are grinded right now.
Hey, is
yeah.
Onyx logo a
It's
hedgehog?
all over his face right now. This is not a good look.
Yeah.
None
Is
of
it
the
a
first
hedgehog?
picks that we mentioned are here.
Don't they
Yeah.
just straight up pick up Atlas or Lolita here for RSG? And then maybe get Balmond or
I've always
Karina for
wondered.
themselves, or
What is it?
pick up the Claude.
This is different. from
Show actually is
Philippines.
also a decent option for RSG.
Oh no.
It's a
Is this an
porcupine.
outfielder or just
Yeah, no, Onyx is
Okay.
playing on a whole nother
It's
level.
It's a cute logo.
Whether or not that's a good level or not, we're waiting to see. Again, it's all in their court right now, but I think it's easier to just dictate RSG's draft here.
To be honest, I
It
never
makes
liked
more sense.
RSG's colors or
It
logo.
makes more sense.
Karina's there, Claude's there.
I like their team, though.
RSG,
They got a nice
have
team.
Full control.
But I've never
over
liked
this
their
draft.
logo or
Onyx,
color.
If you want to be able to, match up with the pressure of these 3 picks, I think Balmond is a warranted hero on your side. Both the Balmond and Atlas is such a good option to pass on.
I'd say Atlas. I'd say Atlas.
Better take it now for the tank of Onyx
I don't think
Philippines.
you have the ability to pass out on the Atlas and
Don't.
Balmond pick here for Onyx.
No.
There's no space for the Holy Cow here. The Claude and Karina will
Don't
destroy.
force it. Don't force it, fam.
They don't need to have Sangyup again for this one. It's hard.
These 2 picks, right? The Aerithel and the
Dyroth pick.
Farsa looks very reactive. They're taking pieces of what worked for RSG and they're trying to make it work for them. But what is this Dyroth? Explain. They're not gonna ban the Esmeralda.
It's an answer against the Karina and the possibility of RSG getting Esmeralda, but I don't like the way that they picked it. You could have opted to pick a jungler right now and look to pick the Roth on the second phase.
swing back,
Because your
yes.
first pick, because RSG, even if they ban out the Roth, Onyx will just snatch away
8
the
minutes.
Yuzong. Now
Damn.
you're forced to ban out both Yuzong and Esmeralda, because if you don't, Nas will be able to get his hands on those heroes.
Yeah, it's deadly for RSG to get their hands on their comfort picks right now against Onyx Philippines, just putting up some
Yo.
puzzles on how to make it work. They're trying.
That was
they're
such
trying
a
to
late
make
Valentina
something that's
ban.
constructive, but there you go. The Yuzong. They're hearing what could be done here against RSG.
This is okay, I guess. I still believe that Onyx will just let go of the Esmeralda. They'd rather
Yeah.
ban out strong roamers.
Grok is a good ban for RSG. Grok, Ruby, and
Do you wanna go
Chu.
outside?
These three heroes should be taken out on the side of RSG.
Minotaur ban.
Minotaur, okay.
Lemon dog, yeah.
Man, RSG saying, okay, please don't use it. We'll just take it.
Let me just say that this is one of those situations where you just waste a ban.
Yeah, no. I was about to say, right? I'd rather paint it in a more positive manner. The way
Might as
Onyx,
well.
Yes, the way Onyx drafted allows for RSG to just cover their bases and say,
Yeah.
you know what? Don't play Minotaur. We'll go from there.
Atlas is out.
They're dictating it.
Weird thing about it is that they first pick on second phase, and it's good against both Karina and Paramis, but they take it out themselves.
Interesting for Onyx Philippines.
And the weird part about it is that if they're scared about the Atlas, could have picked up the Diggy last pick.
True.
Atlas ban.
Makes total sense.
They
RSG.
mean Diggy.
Lolita. I mean, these are the good options for Onyx. Lolita. Barats.
For RSG Philippines.
There's some weird bans
Okay.
happening.
Yo, I think they're just straight up choking nets. Rather Sensui.
Sensui, yeah.
They're saying Sensui, what else you got left in the tank?
They're opening up the book here for Onyx Philippines. What's left here?
Bamond?
Balmond, Lolita, Onyx can get. I think you'd prefer the Lolita right now for Onyx because the Atlas is out. So, you know, that's one of the few ways to go about it on the second phase. But even if you pick Lolita here, RSG gets Esmeralda.
How about a Franco? No.
Rock, there you
Okay.
go. It's the Claude answer. That's why we would have preferred for RSG to ban out the Grok. But
You take it.
RSG, if this is a Paramis room, Paramis, Lilia sounds
Paramis.
awesome for RSG.
Yeah. And again, we've seen in this best of 5 that even with a lack of peel, RSG's fine. They know how to play lineups like this. So that being said, if this is a Lilia, then you need at least something solid on Nats. Uranus.
Uranus,
Eve,
Esmeralda.
Ruby, Cho, there's a lot of options for RSG. Would want to see the Eve rather than other heroes.
Yeah.
Eve punishes the the heroes of Onyx really, really hard.
Yeah, you at least you are
forced to wild
50-50.
charge.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
50-50 on the range battle.
What?
Oh, Jawhead. Wait. For RSG Philippines.
That's a
Wait.
classic. That's a classic.
Jawhead
We're-
Rome.
A Thousand Jawhead.
So the Thams, I'm guessing, goes into the XP lane. And then we're going old school here.
Jawhead Rome.
Way back to the debut of Light under the name Unravel when he debuted with Work Oster Force. This was one of the main heroes in that metagame. As a roamer, the Jawhead.
And they've taken Esmeralda for Onyx Philippines. Okay.
Jungle Dyroth.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
It was.
Wait,
an
Jungle
awesome,
Dyroth?
I would say. Can't put a.
So
word
Onyx
on it.
played Minotaur,
Coach Panda
Minotaur, and then Jungle
just
Dyroth.
took Coach Blossy to school. They forced out.
They got some
maybe
interesting
Onyx was
jungle
considering
picks.
The jungle Dyroth, but with the snatch
Or-
of the Thams.
Yeah.
Esmeralda
no
jungle?
way. that could have been a different route for Onyx. Because I think Coach Panda was thinking they might go Thams jungle. Let's get the Thams, because it's also a good lane matchup against the two explainers, Esmeralda and Deroth.
He doesn't
It
care.
was the perfect pick.
So this is an amazing draft by Coach G and Coach Panda.
Yeah.
RSG is winning on all fronts, savoring with the roam. The roam had to be a little unorthodox, but for team fights, for early to mid, I like it.
Yep, it's a catch against the Farsa and Irithel. These two heroes solely depend on their positioning on the map. Even though the Grok
Jungle
would be
Dyra.
kind of a big nuisance for
Jawhead
RSG.
is with
One
light.
The thing about this Jawhead pick is that you accelerate the farm.
Jawhead
of the
is
Karina.
played by
Here
Light.
we go. Match point for the defending champions, RSG Philippines versus Onyx PH.
Sensui onto the killing spree emblem.
spree, no.
Wait, how is this?
No. Oh my goodness. I might sound, salty, but I never liked the idea of a Deroth playing the killing spree.
It kind of changes things on how the passive will work. But now for Nas, we have a Kai here from the side of RSG. It's Kung Fu Panda time, but now it's still going to be the Pokesy for the mid lane, like being peeled off.
Interesting, interesting
So we managed to get the
team comp
Little
from
Wonder with
Onyx.
the Retribution. Demon Kai wasn't there. So
No, okay. Onyx Philippines, okay, there's a different flavor and maybe a different approach on how they want to go up against RSG. But it's kind of like we could say like it could be a double-edged sword as of this moment, but it's still hard to decipher.
Yeah, no, I guess that explains our relative silence in the first minute and a half of the game because we're still trying to digest what's going on. Nats here, about to be visited by Sensui and Prince.
Oh, there you go. Sensui and Super Prince taken down, and Nats up top.
That's somebody's son broken in half.
There's a fall.
Oh.
Sensui goes in for the second kill. Now it's going to be fall from RSG. And now it's 4 from Onyx. Philippines Lights responding with a kill. That's going to be Sensui. And now Rapidus goes in for the follow-up as well. And look at the feathered airs. They drop it down onto Aqua. Will they make it? Will they make another kill? Yes, they will. And Onyx Philippines is on the edge of those assets early game.
Well, I'm not even impressed by that fight. That sequence was a little dirty. But yes, Onyx Philippines won out, but where did the 2K come from? Midnight, look, they're 2K ahead at 2 minutes.
Right away.
I mean, just spent 3 kills, and they've gotten so much gold from the energy shields, but Rapido does die on the Grok, and Demon Kai doesn't have enough time to contest the turtle away from Sensui. Level 5, retro advantage.
RSG takes the objective. Are they going for the follow-up chase? There's Ryota with the falling Star Moon onto Light. Follow up by Super Frizz. Are they peeling RSG? But no! Unstoppable force committed by Light right away. But Ryota goes in for the charge. A team fight right away from Onyx Philippines. Super Frizz dropping down low. Aqua grabs one. And still,
So many
RSG's
fights
not yet
already.
done, but Sensui secures
Best
another
snap ever?
kill.
Is this the
And
first
that's
matchup?
1-1.
Hey Sensi, how you
Insane
going?
mechanics coming out
No,
from
this is
these
match
two
point
teams.
for
Aqua,
RSG.
With the called Ultra, he was able to take Super Prince down
Onyx
with
Philippines
it. And
played
Demon Kai with the
Minotaur
ultimate
twice
away to
and
get away
lost,
from
apparently.
The ult from Onyx, but Sensui gets another kill onto the top lane. Oh! What?
They got nowhere time to run.
How does
Hey
that
Alex,
happen?
welcome to the stream. How you
It's
doing?
an Irithel versus a Karina.
I mean, the Shadow Dance just expired, and the Irithel chased him
Fight
down.
back,
so yeah,
Onyx.
Dance is on something here. His first kill of the game.
They're doing
Again,
really
just
well to start off.
revitalizes this lead. Now they're approaching 3K in 3 minutes. This is how Onyx wants to play.
Okay. Okay, own flavor, own dish,
Own timing.
own timing. Are they trying to unleash out the magic right away? This is what you've said earlier in the best of ones. You unleash something out of pressure.
Yep. You sprinkle those, those moments where you just show your full potential.
I mean, there's still
This
other
is
teams
full
playing?
Capacity.
What
This
you
is
mean?
The full capacity of Onyx PH.
Oh, yeah, there's other
Rapidus
teams
spots
playing.
Light.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the ejector
Wow.
right in. Saving Ammon. Will it be enough? Super Prince, will he drop down the ultimate?
Yes, there
Such
is.
a 200 IQ play, by the way.
Whoa. This is just getting amazing. Ammon being trapped in the front of the airstrike. Oh, not in for safety. Super Prince secures the kill.
Sheesh.
They're not letting Eman breathe. Nay, they're not letting RSGPH breathe. Look at Aqua, he's in trouble.
Oh, Sensui managed to take on the ejector. Sensui being dropped right in the tower. Demon Kite secures the kill.
Huge shutdown there.
Oh, right away.
Sui's been, taking a lot of these kills for Onyx PH, and it does leave room for Nets to be able to farm, and it limits the options for RSG. They need to start protecting Eman because Nets has been
Friend
taking
versus
a lot
Omega.
of the gold and resources away.
My bet's
from
Omega
RSG
that game.
on this bottom lane.
Look at this, another chance here for RSG. Light is still not moving on to the Death Bush. Rapidude, will he be the one
they
on
know?
the target here? That's a two-man knockup, follow up by Super Friends. That's a feathered airstrike, but Eman has been used. The ultimate onto Onyx Philippines. Okay, that's a safe passage going to go back for RSG, but on the top lane, Ryota and Nats still holding their lane.
Road to recovery. It's weird to say that at 5 minutes, RSG Philippines have a huge checklist to do, but those little kills, they should take it and eventually just let Eman breathe.
MPL
This is a good
Indonesia
start.
still
Let me
still
just say,
break,
even though
still
Onyx PH has
troubleshooting
amassed a
as
lot
well.
in a huge lead
Pretty
against
sure.
RSG in these early minutes. The thing is, the game is in favor of RSG. If you're able to take fights like that with the
It'd be good if
operator
they
base,
troubleshoot till this game is
that
over,
should do
so I
something
can
about
watch
it.
the other
You have to go
MPL
back
ID
to the
and then watch
awkward
MPL
engagement
PH
between
and then
Forza
keep
and
switching.
Promise.
Speaking
Instead of them both playing at the same time.
Taken down one. That's going to be Light. What's the
I wanna
follow-up?
watch
He wants
both.
the game. That's a pull.
20
Against
chicken
the
nuggets, large
Follow
chips,
from
and an
Ryota
Oreo
before he
McFlurry.
catch here. Eman just totally escaped.
Sounds good.
The wrath out of Super Friends. But it's a follow-up here onto Nats. It's going to be targeting down
He's
Nats.
fine.
He just falls down low and Nats takes the kill. And that's a follow-up again for RSG. Rapidude falls down in the hands of Akko. Right in the river, making him like water. Ryota falls up for the kill.
That's a trade I'll take any day.
Night,
Nats was on something else. I'm actually missing this whole Tamsin Jawhead way of playing. A lot of lineups actually had Tamsin Jawhead about a year ago.
Yep. Full aggression for these types of composition in RSG. They're showing up. We know Super Friends have been able to, relentlessly play aggressive as well against RSG. That's how
Super
Demon
Friends. He's not gonna let Super Friends away.
Indo's
Now
going
RSG is gonna
up
set
as
up a
well. Yes,
border
it
here
is.
Out of Onyx Philippines to take this turtle. There's 3 members here.
This is a good
It
fight.
is, it is.
Here's
Who's gonna
it's not
take
here.
this? Who's gonna take the third turtle here? Will it be Onyx Philippines as a 2-man knockup? Who's gonna take it? It's gonna be Humankind as well. And now Rapidude will escape the path.
Should be
and the
starting
round
now.
of
No, they still
RSG.
got another 9-minute
Respecting
break.
The damage, but will Ryota fight back? No.
I thought you
it
preferred
won't be
watching
Onyx
Indo's side. I
Philippines.
do.
Oh, wow.
That's a push.
RSG's
Look.
making some leeway. Major objectives, turret pushes.
All right, let's watch this.
On Eman. It's happening.
Let's watch this,
Slowly
guys.
but surely. They've shrank the gold lead down to 800.
Yeah, talk about recovery. The farm on the Claude is #1, but not on the Thams. Being 0-2 at first, now being
Let's watch
the
the
big
6-minute
nuisance
timer.
Onyx has to deal with. Because the thing is, even if you try and say, you have the ability to take
I'm
out
just
the
waiting
Claude,
for the timer
you
to go
still
down.
have to deal with Knott's pressure on the map. He has been pushing like crazy,
Oh.
and when the time comes in Sui,
Light serving 1 for Nats. There's a follow-up chase from Eman. Blazing Duet will not connect to the damage for Super Friends.
They've been
There's a
troubleshooting
follow-up
for
holding
like
down
nearly
for defense.
20 minutes
Giving
now.
a leeway for Onyx Philippines.
There's something wrong.
Knott's.
Look at the angle on Nats.
Oh, look at that. He's trapping 1 from the back lines. No initiation. Super Friends here's dropping low.
The way RSG Philippines is responding to this aggression is now biting back on Onyx Philippines. Yeah, the first 5 minutes it was all Onyx, but now it's RSG who's saying, okay, Super Friends, we dare you. Pop that ult.
Yeah, this is
think
the
something
late
bit
game
my
problem
thumb.
for Onyx. And Sui, he has a killing
Well, I was
spree, he's
doing,
building,
some gardening the other
damage
day.
items, I assume. But your main concern is who sustains
Gold lead
against
gone?
RSG, because the threat of Demon Kite
Oh, it
is
is
becoming
too.
real right now with the Blazing Duet. They have enough poke damage to the point where RSG can just walk in and sweep the entirety of Onyx PH.
I
Look
can
at-
imagine how Demon kind of smiling right now.
Yeah, no, he's smiling because he knows Light's got his back.
Yeah.
Light is walking around like an enforcer, like a muscle, saying, I dare you. I dare you. I will throw you right into RSG territory.
Knott's died twice on your stage, and now he's 1 full level ahead of Ryota.
Not giving a damn on what he missed. He's just there.
Yeah, no, the thing is, at this point,
Man,
yeah,
Claude's
Ryota's
gonna
definitely
scale
has
up
5
soon.
assists, but he's constantly trying to look for angles to help.
Who's got a
Onyx.
higher gold?
And
Claude
Nats is
or
doing
Iratel?
That as well for RSG, but also getting some farm in lane.
Again, doing another one's job.
wanna see the gold.
Each other's job, basically. RSG, they have so much tools available to them.
yeah.
Rapid with a follow-up ultimate. That's a feather. As
Nice
Super Friends.
knockout.
Onyx Philippines secure this team fight, but Eman here used the Blazing Duet. That's Light serving 1. It's gonna be Nets going in for the safe passage back, but Ryota onto the back line. Team Kite secures the kill. That's Rabbit falling down on Onyx Philippines, and Aqua manages to secure one.
Probably
Counter
Irithel.
kill, but Demon Kite right in the turret. Super Friend secures the kill. There's fights everywhere, but
Sheesh.
Nats is not gonna let Nets away. But now RSG here is still
Nets
holding.
versus Nets.
It's still holding.
This is World Star at best performance coming out from the stands by Nuts. Onyx PH had a phenomenal initiation with Rapidot going in with the
This game's so
trigger,
messy,
using
yeah.
the charge onto 3 heroes.
This game's
by the
been
way.
everywhere.
And RSG, they weren't prepared. M1
It
was
started
caught
off
off guard
so messy as well.
And Ryota had a fantastic flank on the backside to make sure that the Claude is not able to fight against Onyx
Item
PH.
builds.
But when the time
Irithel
came
with more
fast,
gold.
he was the main star of the show. Mind you, he's now the richest person on the side of RSG.
Okay.
With
Again.
Nats.
That's what you buy when you can just farm, cut lanes, get kills, and then do it again.
Is this real?
2 Twilight. Oh no, 2 Blade Armors.
Wait,
this
who
real?
has
Something tells me
what?
we may be seeing double.
What
But,
is-
regardless, even with just 1 blade armor,
Why is there 2
you
blade
are
armors?
still a threat to a majority of Onyx. But look,
A knock up here coming in from Onyx Philippines.
That must be a
Light
mistake, right?
Still manage in for the safe passage back. RSG's
Blade
gonna
armor
set up here
doesn't
for the Lord
visual
Dance.
bug, right? Yeah,
Off to
because
the first under this game.
blade
but
armor
Sensui
doesn't
here is
stack,
trying
yeah?
to take a good place here, but Demon Kite is just
pretty
shredding
sure.
the life out of the
Come
Lord.
on.
The team fight is now happening, but RSG is just invading with full power. Demon Kite secures the Lord.
That
It's gonna
Irithel with a
chase
Cloak
time
of
now,
Destiny
but
last
Demon
game.
Demon Kite secures the kill, and he's not gonna stop.
Meta
He was
item,
about to
Cloak
take
of
one,
Destiny
but now
Irithel.
Nets takes down Light.
never gonna stop. It's so hard to play Onyx at this point in the game because yes, you can rely on Ryota.
5
you
boot
can rely on
Layla.
Rapido to get those
5 boot Layla builds.
PCCs,
That's what I want to
but
see.
At that time, it's like you're walking backwards because RSG Philippines already got in on you. I saw that blazing duet.
Exactly.
It
And
split 'em up.
the main problem is that if they try to run away from the problem, another problem
ICCG.
arises. Like, again, the main
Hey,
problem
Asmo,
is
how you
that
doing?
Nobody sustains the front line.
Welcome
If
to the
they
stream.
keep on running away, RSG will just chase and they can get pickups like
Oh,
this.
Demon Kite being trapped in the Fed airstrike. Super Prince is dropping down the ultimate for the safe
How goes your
passage
day?
of Onyx
It's going
Philippines
alright.
back to
Thank
the
you for
base.
asking. How about
The borders
yourself?
being melted down. The Yellow Hedgehogs. They're still going to buy time for the defense here.
Oh, they're
Because They only really
hedgehogs.
wanted the turret. Both
Onyx,
bottom and top.
is
That's all
their
they
logo's a
wanted.
hedgehog.
Yes, this is what you buy with a lead on Nats, and of course, this is what you buy with a tank Karina. You see how Demon Kai just drew a line between all of Onyx PH and their siege?
I love you, Daniel
See?
Kabangay.
Right?
This is how you play Karina.
You're so awesome, Neil de Guzman.
You play tank Karina, you provide the vision, you play like a tank, but also you're a threat of a damage leader because once the HP bars go low on the side of Onyx, he can assassinate heroes from from just afar.
Talking about rinse, repeat, just keep on peeling. What's left for a potato? Nothing.
I love it. It's for the past 6 months, ever since the heyday of Karina. Nats is fine here, don't worry about it. That's how she's
My
been
dog
playing,
was,
right? Like we were
Poncho was verbally abusing
acknowledging
my
and
husky.
experimenting the new Karina about a year and a half
If my
ago,
husky
we were
makes
in
any
August,
sort of
September
noise,
2021. Now it's for
Poncho
real.
will
This
run
is
up
how
to
we
him.
use Karina.
Growl at
Looking
him,
at these items.
bark
See?
at him.
It's not double.
There's been one time
Yep.
when Poncho like
So we're seeing double.
bit him a
this
few
last
times,
item on the Karina might actually
but then my
be
husky
an
ran
ability
away.
shield.
my
And
husky
with
was
that
like, I don't
being
want to fuck
said,
with this shit.
Yeah, the
Vendetta
Demon
are
can
so
just do
cracked,
whatever
no
he
one
wants.
can
He
stop
just
him.
go wherever.
Wait.
I love the casual COD though.
Vendetta?
Onto a
Destiny.
Karina.
Not sure
Yo,
if that's really,
when does my
that's
favorite
real,
pro
that's real.
team
It's real.
Vendetta
Really?
play?
Okay, you know what? It gives you HP. Why not?
Yeah. It
Hey
stacks
Gengar,
up,
how you
know?
doing?
It amplifies
stacks.
things.
More
Welcome to the
HP,
stream. You have a
more
husky?
mana.
Yeah, I do.
Damage.
Yeah.
His name is
Talking
Bronx.
about enhanced per level.
Poncho hates
Noted.
him.
I will start playing my Karina
Bronx
with.
Bronx
No,
likes
no,
him
no,
though.
no, we're not
Bronx
doing
likes
that.
Poncho.
Okay,
Poncho
I'm
hates.
Not, I'm not Jedrick. Sorry.
Poncho hates
I'm
Bronx.
just looking at how he managed to pull this in
Love-
his
love-
own
love
style
hate.
for RSG.
Subsystem, I'm doing well. That's
Just
good.
making
A lot better than
plays.
Onik are doing
Just
anyway.
holding the lead.
GG's.
Now with RSG.
Nerf Poncho?
Is
Have
there
to
a
nerf
pop on the
Poncho.
Philippines
Yeah,
as a
look.
concealed place. Demon Kite the target here.
So aggressive.
fine.
By the
It's not a
wall.
promise.
You're so
Look at the
aggressive.
response from RSG Philippines. Light, unstoppable force connecting
Verbally
to Ryota.
abusing Bronx all the time.
Rapido as well is being onto the defense of Onyx Philippines.
You see how perilous it is
love
for
him so
Onyx
much.
to even fully commit? They were all there.
He's so
It was
funny.
good
It's a
position
funny looking
for the
cat.
feathered
I tell him
airstrike,
all the time,
but
you're
they
a
were
funny looking
second-guessing
cat.
themselves.
Yeah, again, you have to start running away from the problem, but the problem is RG,
You're a funny
even if
looking
you
cat,
go
you know
away,
that?
They can chase with the jawhead. They can start looking for pickups. That's why when Onyx
Yeah.
saw 3 heroes, they were trying to scramble for their lives.
Never
So
mind.
funny
And
looking.
RSG, the main advantage that they have right
Who's
now is
RSG?
that they melt these heroes on the side of Onyx
RSG
by just
Philippines?
standing their ground, you know, with the blade armors on their side.
Get
The
out of
difference
here,
is Emma
Poncho.
doesn't really care.
Yeah.
If he uses the blading to it doesn't affect him.
There goes the mayhem right into Onyx Philippines. The jump from Nats. He's dropping down low, but he still saves Sensui takes down Light. But
Poncho do
Rabbit
stinky
here is
fart.
gonna
No,
be
don't do
figuring
that,
out
Poncho.
for the
Never.
safety of Onyx Philippines, but still, oh, barricading Demon Kite around into
They're
battle.
still going.
No! They're still safe.
Wow.
Still safe.
Shades of Ube time. Onyx Philippines survives almost near death. Could have been a wipeout, but at least they walk away with a pick off on Light.
There you go. Is this a chance? Is this a window for Onyx Philippines, Midnight?
I mean, it's hard to say, considering that there's a Lord that they have to take down, and Airman could just cause havoc with the Blazing Duet. And also, do not forget that there's a Flicker initiation coming out from the Jawhead.
Right now.
He didn't use it.
Yep, didn't use it. He was sure that he was dead, and he did not commit the Flicker because he knows that the Lord is gonna spawn, and he can use it to his advantage. Light.
Up, up, up. Ooh. Gotta check out your batteries here. Light here is trying to get a good catch here for Onyx Philippines.
Yeah, good call by Onyx. 4 heroes quickly, run away, and Rapido was the only hero standing on the front line.
Minding the distance.
Yep, this is a rattlesnake situation because it's really coming down to just Light. If he does it, if he pulls the trigger, could be all in.
Oh, this is different. How will Onyx Philippines going for the defense? Oh, look at that. Light serves one.
Man,
RSG.
Onyx Philippines, if they lose, they're out.
Down Rapido. Right now, it's going to be RSG taking one.
Oh, it's RSG
Yoda's
Philippines
running
and not
in the
RSG
front.
SG? Yeah.
He's not going in.
This
Back to the
RSG's
base.
in
Right now,
Philippines,
it's still RSG
in
maintaining the team fight.
in
Oh,
Singapore.
Onyx Philippines
Is there one in
complete
Indonesia?
delirium out of that match.
I can't
Best
keep
case
up. There's too many
scenario,
RSGs.
Onyx Philippines defense. Worst case scenario, they're out of the playoffs. 2 defenders.
It's RSG waving the flags right into the base. Are they finishing this game?
it.
Eman is on locked onto the base. Can they still make it?
Oh, wait!
There's still a defense. They're still on the defense. Onyx Philippines is fighting back.
The miracle.
They're fighting back.
Blue Leaf. Onyx is still alive.
Super Prince with the feathered airstrike defense burst.
It's the reverse Onyx magic, 1 hit away from being knocked out of MPL playoffs. They live to fight for another defense, but in the face of this Stams of Nuts has been really phenomenal with the performance of his lifetime. Changes up the item build, might be looking for some sort of base push against Onyx, but that might bite them in the end because Onyx right now, they're hungry. They're hungry for towers. They want objectives. They want to close out the game. 20 seconds for the Lord. This is a crucial objective take.
They have an amazing Highland defense, and they were in the highest of all high points in the map, their own base. And it was enough for just Ryota and Super Prince to be able to defend.
Yeah.
Now it comes down to this. One more huge objective.
Damn.
If this goes RSG's way, it's going to be hard to come back.
We were just talking about the Flicker initiation by the Jawhead. It was what started the advantage for RSG. Right now that the Lord is, has spawned Onyx PH, they still have to be concerned about Light with the Flicker initiation, having to pull yourself together. CDs are much faster on the battle spell, so it's something
I thought
that they
RSG was
need
gonna
to look
finish it
forward
there.
to. Initiating on the Jawhead might
What's the
be
cooldown of
an
Farsa
option here
ulti?
for Onyx, because you don't want RSG to start first. with
I know it's very low. I
This
don't
is
know the
very
exact
crucial
time, but
now
it's
for
very
Onyx
low.
Philippines and RSG. They're ringing the bell on the Lord here.
Look at the chef. Look at the chef.
He's cooking.
Also, she may have
What is
items
he
that make it
cooking?
shorter.
Here.
The patience.
Oh, look at the pace and the patience of Onyx Philippines.
There
That
he
Super
goes.
Fist initiating the fight. Sensui will he the one to be dropped down.
backline, Eman!
Nets secures the kill onto Eman. Is this Onyx time right now? Alight secures one for the Sensui kill as well. But now
Demon
Ryota
Kite
with the mega kill right onto Demon Kite's face.
Nuts!
Oh, onto this team fight. It's still RSG going to fight and bounce back. Super Prince. Immortality being used, but they are still alive and fighting, taking down Naps right here.
Whoa! It's still going. The two mid laners, the duo of Light and Aqua, survive. And it's Rapido and Ryota. The Lord is just gonna stand here. It's nothing.
This is a problem. The cores of RSG spawned first. They died first. They spawned first. Sensui, though, however, is a different story. He died. He has faster respawn time versus RSG, but Eman is spawning in 3 seconds. This hero can take the Lord for RSG PH.
Yeah, I know. Demon Kite's coming back in 3 seconds. It's a race. They're both gonna have to dash their way there. I'm talking about Sensui and Demon Kite. Oh, Lord. This is high stakes MLBB, folks.
This is why I love Mobile Legends.
I want to say, not gonna run away, but he was
It's
like,
a very,
no, I'm
very
living,
messy
no,
game.
No course alive on the side of Onyx PH. You die, Nets. If I die, as long as the goal laner's dead, we don't have any problem. You cannot take Lord.
Oh, we are seeing back and forth movements here from these two teams. A really crucial match for Onyx Philippines and RSG. Who's gonna blink? Who's gonna strike first?
Oh,
Nets has his immortality though.
look at the angle. Look at the angle Onyx is coming from.
Whoa, Sensui. Will he be trapped? Oh, look at this.
Hold on, turn.
What's gonna happen here? It's gonna be,
Sensui.
will it be Sensui here? He's still safe for Onyx Philippines.
What?
Oh my
RSG is gonna be
goodness.
back here in with
Blazing the wet.
damage and mayhem. Blazing.
They lose the Lord there.
Secure the Lord.
Better not strike
Super
though.
Prince for Feather Airstrike. What's gonna happen here for RSG? Are they melting down?
They need to get away.
Ryota still wants more. Sensui takes down Aqua. And they're still going. Immortality popped on DK.
Oh, Demon
here.
Kite is on to the retreat.
Run, Demon
RSG
Kite!
is going back to the base. Onyx Philippines.
Oh my goodness.
The magic is alive.
No true casualties. And a Lord taken by RSG.
Mayhem all over the map, ladies and gentlemen. Super Prince is trying to meet this Lord with a feathered airstrike.
Are you not entertained?
You want Onyx to win?
Oh, call Nats. Because
I don't know.
I wanted
How
Onyx
does
to
one
win, but
live
I think
through that?
RSG is a lot
Explain
stronger.
to me, Sensui. How do you do that?
What's Chef Rapido making like Gandalf? Thou shalt not pass. Puts up the Guardian's barrier. They're still in this. A successful
You want Onyx to win for
race.
game 4? 3 second
my
respawn
goodness.
time?
We're back to
Who has a
square
3 second
one.
respawn time?
look, even in the goal. Look at this. Nobody's dropping. They're hanging on a thread, both of them.
Game 4 would be
Even
interesting.
though Rapido
It would.
messed up the flicker wild charge initiation,
Theramis.
he was able to set up a team fight for Onyx PH, where in RSG, they were trying to focus on one single target, but it left the backline without
Onyx
any
looks
formal
like they're
answer
finally
for
waking up.
RSG.
It's Onyx time.
PH had a fantastic team fight after that. Sensui gets to live, by the way.
Yeah.
He was able to run away, regenerated his HP back on the purple buff, and I want to commend Super Prince with the feathered airstrike on the backline. Aqua had no access against the Farsa.
That's the equivalent of putting salt in your caramel. It didn't work out, but boy, oh
Is
boy,
this
did it
the
taste
Salt
good.
Riota's being trapped in 5 right away from RSG? Frozen in time. What's going to happen? It's Super Prince with a response back with the burst. Is this enough though? Is RSG going to fight back and run? But no, they're going straight to the heart of Onyx Philippines. It's 3 for the defense.
And with that, there were only 3. Sensui, Super Prince, and Rapidon. RSG looking to end this
Locking
in a
in.
sweep. Onyx Philippines is taken out of the playoffs. The defending champions reign supreme.
RSG too strong. Sweep.
It's a lot of blue and white in the crowd, and they are not disappointed.
Onyx PH always sleeping.
RSG Philippines completely invaded and left Onyx Philippines out for good in the play.
Funneling everything towards Kabuki and letting him carry
All
when
right.
he gets those power
Aura
spikes.
Fire
On
versus
the DJs,
RQ
he can
Hoshi.
definitely do so as well. So
7
Aura
to
here
4,
with the targeting
900
and the
gold
buff
lead
fight,
to Hoshi.
They're gonna try and get more resources, but they have to be still
Okay,
be very
and we got
careful
a
because we see
Grok-
RQ Hoshi
Grok
even sending
jungle?
R7 or perhaps Skylar just
Versus
going for the
a
weird
Fanny,
routes, weird
okay.
flanks, and they
And Atlas. We got Atlas
will
on the
always
team.
find opportunities if Aura Fire just doesn't play the
Okay, up,
control game,
up,
that vision game properly.
Let's see. Once again, they're setting up for the turtle. Gani, they're going for it.
Oh, Vin caught here. He gets taken down with 4, taking down the Lincoln. Take a look at High though. He will be sliced. to death by that Fanny, and now we can see her 4v4.
Did Aura win
Godiva,
yesterday?
Fluffy,
Yeah.
Kabuki, Facehugger, they want the mid here perhaps as RRQ. They are trying to somehow defend this one. Able to do so is RRQ Hoshi, who were in almost a 2,000 gold lead or a fire, slowly but surely.
Atlas versus Diggy. I vote for him on M1. I don't know.
RRQ, right? The thing is with their composition,
most spread out
it's built
this.
around getting that snowball. And so far
Who'd you
in the
vote
last
for,
8
Asmo?
minutes, they've only been able to get an 800 gold lead. Again, with the winning lanes that they have. If Aura Fire play at this pace, they're going to be able to outscale RRQ Hoshi. As we're going to take a look at the items. Arashi, just put your focus on the Beatrix for now.
Let's go in this hidden Atlas or an actual Atlas game.
The still left clips are available, but not for Fluffy, who's going to get jumped on, and he only has a Bloodlust Axe, so he can regen, but he won't be as tanky as Vin gets trapped in the side.
Yeah, Vin here again taken down for that turret though. Top side 2v2. Albert trying to escape with the cables here is R7 dealing damage on towards Kabuki. No commitments for a real fight here.
Oh my!
That I might be wrong. R7 claiming with that kill perhaps. Gets it on. Kabuki 1 HP will survive. Feathered airstrike will not be able to locate Kabuki, but Albert delivers. Finds Godiva and picks up a kill.
My goodness. Just non-stop action across the map. Bottom and now top side. RRQ. Man, we're gonna have to see again as Vin is gonna be looking for that play.
Oh, watch out. Look at the damage from Fluffy here. Taking down one, and he was more.
Report Atlas.
Facehugger claims another, and Vin, with the flicker, he holds that flicker, and he gets taken down. Aura Fire with 5 in the mid side.
Diggy wasn't even up, he didn't even get the fatal link.
Will not be able to do anything. Albert a little bit late to the party there, but Aura Fire looking at the next objective, the first ward.
Man, high playing those tank junglers.
What can you say about this fight? But I don't think you're going to get to talk again, though. R7 wants to look for that opening.
Oh, no.
Oh, 4v1 here. R7 with no spells in hand.
No Hanabi pick again? Zizzy auto
Take a
lose?
look at Fanny here. Will he be able? Albert.
Oh.
With the cables. Will he be able to? Not this time. Kabuki says hello to the Lord. Kabuki will not be able to find Albert though. Albert will escape. But yes, Arashi, give me some analysis, please.
Just Aura Fire is able to find the better fights here. We talked about how they have very limited amounts of crowd control, limited amounts of engage, but Hai was able to actually get a 3-man wild charge and just starts everything off for
The thing about Aura Fire, they have a lot of disengage.
Back, but unless Vin
with the
can get
Diggy,
a
with the
huge
Grok
trade going on, it's going to be very difficult. And every single time Vin has tried to go for those fatal link plays, he's been zoned away. He's been poked down before he can even make the play happen. And there we go. Pickoffs is the way to go for RRQ Hoshi.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Albert is uncomfortable on the hero, man. He looks fresh on the
Albert
hero,
is
right?
killing
He's grabbing
it.
kills left and right, just like you guys can grab Brood with the discount code 90% discount code GRB.TO/MPL. Aura Fire now, like I mentioned, once they get Kabuki those item power spikes, this is where they start to pull the trigger.
Come on, Aura.
They're doing it in the mid lane.
Hi. Ooh, so squishy with that damage.
Damn.
Oh my god, take a look at that sniper shot by Kabuki. Taking Fanny very, very low.
Oh, they've got
able to defend this one as Aura Fire.
They got
on the flip
Cristiano
side,
Ronaldo playing.
2,000
Bruno's in there.
gold lead.
2.5k gold lead for Aura Fire. And right now, they're controlling the zoning game as well. They have more vision and more map control.
Echo proud,
despite the fact that
Echo loud.
generally, in a way, they don't really have the best frontliners. RRQ Hoshi can use Vin as well as R7 to be the main frontline, the main person they send to absorb damage in the front. Aura Fire don't have that, but it doesn't matter. With how aggressive they're playing, with how fluidly they are passing around the map, they're able to actually pressure RRQ Hoshi back.
During this calm before the storm, I guess this is a perfect time to actually talk a little bit about our predictions, right? The town prediction here. Me and Papulong, we went for Aura Fire. We're the only two casters that went for Aura, so maybe you guys can start first. Rashi, why did you go for RRQ Hoshi?
Where's the
They have
cameras?
the tools available to
for
go
the
for those
players?
plays. And we have seen that even with a Diggy, right, at this point, it doesn't really mean that you have countered the Atlas. So I thought RRQ Hoshi will be able to make a play happen. Here we go.
Yeah,
I'm watching him too. What are you talking about?
Steel Blade was placed there, and Fluffy was the casualty, the sole casualty here, Aura Fire. What can they do?
Another giveaway?
To
Yeah,
somehow
for some
defend,
emotes.
though. They are still in the lead.
But the giveaway is
But
only
I
live
feel
on
like
YouTube.
Arkihoshi
You
with
have
their
to join the
comp here,
YouTube
especially
stream,
Clay.
like, and
Take a look at
make
the
sure you
items.
subscribe to the
Already
channel
Lightning Truncheon, Genius
to
Wand
join
on
the
its way.
giveaway.
So I feel like more
and make sure
pressure
you're there
is
when we're doing the
going to
giveaway.
be there for side of our fire as well.
Or a fire right now though. Facehugger has that glowing one, Ice Queen's one combo. That is deadly
MPL
against
emotes,
these bigger
yes.
buffer members like the Atlas,
PH
like the
and
Fredrin as
Indonesia.
well. So any kind of short engagements, any kind of trades in poke, it seems like our fire will get an advantage. Just purely off the face of how Yves can play and the skill set that has a lot more spammable nature compared to Clay on that Farsa. Because he has a Lightning Truncheon, but if you can't burst anyone down completely, there we go. Orfire can just walk back away, and now they have the advantage, they have the possibility of using the reward manipulation as an artillery.
I guess it's time for me to talk a little bit about why I went for Aura Fire myself, right?
Aura Fire's
Firstly,
caught
the
up
wave
now.
control. Very good with this
1.1k gold
composition
lead.
and their mobility as well. One thing that the Fredrin doesn't have
starting
that the Paquito
to
has
snowball.
is that mobility, right? Sure, in terms of clearing waves, in terms of just laning in general, I would actually say that the Fredrin does really well up against the Paquito. But this, in the mid stage towards that late stage, that's where the mobility actually really shines, especially for someone like a Paquito, right? For this Aura Fire composition as well, they want to try their best to stick as 5 members with the time journey and with that wild charge.
See here, Aura Fire trying to give a some sort of a poking damage. Poke damage. But take a look at top side. Fanny able to somehow split.
You know, I still haven't used
Forced Paquito to go top side. Will
Fredrin.
he commit to a
The voice of
fight
your
here?
voice is
Aura
the
Fire
same of
seems
the
like with information,
voice
they
of the
are starting up
commentator.
The, Lord.
Is it not too? Is
Hai
it?
has the mom support right there, ladies and
Should I-
gentlemen, on the bottom
should I
right
make it
of the
louder,
screen.
or-
You can see Hai's mother supporting him from the audience right now. But Aura Fire are looking for this now. I think the power spike has shifted over to Aura, and RQ are going to be the ones to have to force it.
Oh my god, Fluffy doing his main job there. Canceling out, but take a look at the Lord. It will fall to hands of Hai.
My
Bin
voice is
falls.
too loud?
Arkihoshi, 2 members down, and seems like Aura Fire, they will force a fight here in the backside. Skylar being the main target. Will he be able to survive? As, yeah,
okay.
it seems like it will be 3v5.
Oh,
I turned myself up.
Oh!
Oh my god! Kabuki with the snipes taking R7 down.
It's just such
The
a good
commentators are
combo
too loud.
together. The flicker, the shot coming in as well. And here, it seems like we also have the mom support for R7 in the building. His mother watching from the stands. But as of right now, it's Aura Fire leading with a 3,700 gold lead. And like I said, they scale better into the late game. And with their
Aura is
composition, it
snowballing.
really counters the heavy team fight that RQ wants to go for.
I mean, before that fight even began, Albert was late to the party, and Clay was already zoned away by Fluffy, but he has no choice. He used a better airstrike, and he gets taken out completely. So RQ, their setup just isn't as good as Aura, and now with the Lord, Aura has a chance to make a big play happen here.
Yeah, real one preparation has been popped as well. Hai, being the frontliner, will not survive for long. It seems like Lord March is still in the mid side. RQ still with 5 here, trying to make that defense. Or a Fire with 4 members, they are somehow relieving off pressure. Kabuki already though, with the House Claws.
Yeah, and with this Haas Claws, it's going to be even harder for Arkihoshi to look for any of those engages towards him. He has the Wind of Nature. With the Haas Claws as well, he can sustain all the way to full HP. But
Man,
Arashi,
Atlas already
I think
died 6
it's time
times.
to again talk a little bit about what is going on here. RQ, what do they have to do to actually come back?
They have to make sure that they have the setup advantage here. And speaking of which, we have Skylar's parents on the bottom right of the screen as well. So everyone just throwing out for the support right here. And RRQ, they need every single bit of it, as now they're in a tough situation. They have been constantly losing out in the setup battle, and they have no solution to Fluffy just coming in and making sure that Clay is not a relevant factor in this game. They need to be able to make Vision a priority and actually let Vin engage and get a beneficial setup for his team.
Both of the mid laners ult has been popped here. Real world manipulation, and as well as that feathered.
Who's got a shorter cooldown? Eve or Farsa?
Has done a splendid job and is.
I feel like it's Farsa has a shorter cooldown.
Now entering the late game. Just split push, taking the pressure off, and you can see here now Albert with the cable still able to escape.
Farsa?
It seems like the cut off.
I would say so. I reckon.
Will not come to fruition.
We'll see.
Now, again, right, we
gets,
need to talk a little bit about just how Aura Fire have been able to play this game. Kabuki
Does
Again,
Eve
if
have
that
short
hits
cooldown or
Skylar
no?
again, it would just be so annoying, right? Because the last two fights, Skylar's been
Eve's
just
got a
thrown
short
off
cooldown.
by Kabuki's ultimate alone. The render shot. Skylar hasn't been able to be... No,
She
he
already got
wasn't...
her ulti
no,
back.
he literally isn't given room at all to play currently by Kabuki, by Facehugger. The range advantage that Aura Fire has, and obviously that disengage tool is just so beautiful, so good for them right now.
See here again, Albert trying to find a sneak in play. 11,000, 10,000.
Oh my God!
On the
What?
Lord.
Whoa!
Look at Kabuki. Facehugger will claim that Lord. It seems like Vin will pop that Immortal off as well. Flicker ult will not amount to anything. I might be wrong though. Vin gets taken down. And we can see here R7 trying to deal damage. Kabuki gets taken down by Clay. And it seems like RRQ Hoshi, even though one roamer has been taken down, they are able to withstand the pressure. They
Yes,
are
you
now
build
dealing with the
Talisman?
Lord on the
Okay.
mid side. Aura Fire down with 4.
Again, Aura Fire with the most common mistake that they've been making throughout the regular season,
barking
throughout
at,
the
bro?
playoffs. Once they get ahead, they start to lose that discipline. They go in for a little too much in these fights, committing way more than they should have, right? With the Evolved Lord secured there, they should have backed up, but Albert now. Whoa, he's still going in. Whoa!
The Immortal from Facehugger, but take a look at Albert. He bought time,
Jeez.
and take a look at the backup. Clay with the assassination on towards Fluffy. Godiva might be next here. He still has that Immortal. It will say bye-bye now, but now Aura Fire again there in the hot seat.
Oh, RRQ Hoshi trying to fight back.
Making a comeback.
Albert taking the game into his own hands. What was that? Albert literally
Wow,
1v4 in
Albert's
that bottom
amazing.
side. Remember, this is a late game Fanny. This is a Fanny that scaled off. This is a Fanny that has fallen off in the game. And Aura had the gold lead, turned around instantly, and now Aura back again on the back foot.
Right now, Bruno, look at Skylar. He has a full inventory slot. He sold his boots for items as well, so the damage right now is absolutely unreal. He will now be a big problem for Aura Fire unless he can get absolutely zoned. In the previous fight, Vin was also able to stop Facehugger from using his root manipulation, so they will now have options on how they want to try and approach fights against Aura Fire. But it's back to the Lord game, the objective game, with 60 seconds left before the Lord comes back on the table. Again, it's always about the setup, about the vision game, and RRQ Hoshi. They're using Albert very efficiently. He's able to bait members from Aura Fire, and Aura just needs to be a bit more calm and disciplined, right? Because if they see Albert, they need to know that he is
I'm gonna make
quite
some phone
slippery,
calls
and
soon.
they can't expect to take him out reliably.
Man, I mean, you saw that play, and even
gonna make some
Kesset
phone calls
saw that
for work.
play, and he was just shaking his head. He was just like, all right, you
After
got
this
that
game,
one, man. You deserve it.
I'll
High,
do
though.
that.
Oh my god, high offside.
Oh.
Last play though. Gets shot, but take on Vin in the front side will not be able to survive. Time journey pops high, 1 HP. Survives 5v4 now as Vin has been taken down 8 times. Item-wise, I do want to add something here. You want to know why that Fanny, why Albert deals a lot of damage?
Why?
Because only Godiva built anti-cuirass. The rest of the members has yet to build anti-cuirass. And Albert is aware of that. He exploits that fact. Lord is up now. We'll see the setup.
Let's see, once again, the setup coming through. Fluffy with the flanks here. Albert might actually be caught by that knockout strike. RRQ needs to play it carefully. Godiva, whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh my god, take a look at the damage from that Bruno. Skylar, again, that poking damage high. 1 HP will not survive, rather, even from that magic worship. No magic worship.
Jeez.
So he survives. Plays on that magic mystery shop, so Aura Fire will reset the Lord. And it seems like RRQ Hoshi, minute number 22. What do you think?
They started that fight 4v5 without Vin, and even then, it was looking very weird. Skylar was taking a lot of damage, and somehow, some way, they're still able to equalize and trade evenly. We're not trading anyone, and now Wild Charge is down. Ruin Manipulation has been used as well. RRQ Hoshi, they have a chance here.
No flicker, Skylar.
No flicker, Skylar. A little too soon as well here, perhaps. A little too premature, question mark? We'll see here, 20,000 on the HP for the Lord. Feather Airstrike now pops as well. Fluffy is trying to cancel out, but take a look at Albert. Trying to flank, trying to come into the Lord pit as well. Retribution battle will be won by High on Demon Falls. Skylar with the on-point win of nature. Flicker ult play by Vin will not mount to anything. Clay needs to escape Vin as well. He gets caught by the barrier. He gets taken down. 3v5. Aura Fire looks for the end.
What a fight by Aura Fire.
Hey,
the
Kyo.
positioning by Kabuki. The retreat from High. It was a beautiful, beautiful team fight. And Aura Fire with this are looking for something. Albert though.
Oh! Gets the Immortal from High, but Albert gets shut it down. Aura Fire here. Only they are still strong with 5. Aura Skylar defending only 2. Clay gets taken down as Facehugger claims the double. The base is just too exposed as Aura Fire, the Red Dragons.
The underdogs.
The Kings of Kings bow down to the Dragons.
Wow.
1-0, Aura Fire.
What a game, and again, if it came down to the late stages,
A
they don't even
jungle.
need the gold lead. As long as
My
everyone
goodness.
have their item power spikes, most importantly that Eve, that Beatrix, you're not going to be able to withstand that damage. Anyone and everyone, even if you have a Uranus, you're gonna get melted down by this composition.
I'm gonna make some phone calls for work.
They strike first in the best of
I'll be
5.
back.
Wow,
Okay.
man. Arky
gonna
Hoshi,
turn
it
off,
looks so good for them, but all the way in the late
Where's my
game, the
camera?
combination of a Beatrix and a Yve as well, has just a lot of range,
I'll
a
be right
lot
back.
of ways that they can actually zone away and do damage to RRQ, and eventually they just come out on top. So, well played, but it's only game number 1. This is a best of 5. And I think RRQ has a lot of adjustments to make. And I don't know, I feel like Vin on that Atlas, man, it was so difficult for him to get any kind of work done.
Yeah, there's nothing he could do.
Diggy.
What was he supposed to do? Up against a Diggy, that's one. Up against the Grok as well. So let's say the time journey is gone. You baited it out. Even when you go for those perfect match engages, there's always that wild charge to actually cancel you out. So this combination as well, by the way, just the Grok in the jungle position. We've never seen this before. This is a big brain move. In a game full of that utility jungler, full of the neutral objective control, why you're really asking yourself now, why hasn't this Grok been picked up in the jungle before? Because remember, Arashi, when the Grok initially got buffed, a lot of steals were happening from the Grok without Retri. With Retri, with your wild charge, you basically CC everyone around you in that AoE area, and you get a free Retri with the damage as well.
I mean, initially, your first skill also does a lot of damage on its own as well, so it's a very smart move for sure. And Aura, somehow, they were able to use it to its maximum potential, and they were able to get the engage advantage. Yeah, Vin was countered by the Diggy, and the only times where he was able to actually make anything significant happen is when he's able to use a perfect match onto the Eve and cancel out the real manipulation. But of course, Aura wisened up, and after getting hit by that twice, you can see that the positioning from Facehugger is just way too good.
Yeah, strong display from Aura Fire in our first opening game. Playoffs day 2. A convincing start as well. I mean, yeah, they were leading. They hold on to it. RRQ tried to make a comeback, but then they somehow misplayed it. Aura Fire is there to capitalize on it. They were, again, holding the tempo, holding their ground well. 1-0. The next question is, what will RRQ do?
Well, you know, I think the main thing they need to fix has to be the draft. We didn't get to see how the draft was drafted, but the composition was just a bit too weird for me, right? Very one-dimensional, something that we don't see from RRQ a whole lot. They went in for that solid team fighting composition, a front to back with Skylar and Clay with the Forrester Bruno combo, and obviously just a good front line. But again, with these one-dimensional compositions, who's going to manage the side lanes? When Fanny's the one who has to actually manage the side lane up against a Paquito, up against a Grok, and a Beatrix in the late game who can just tear and melt through the Lord's HP bar, Albert's always going to be late if he's the one who has to go top.
I mean, to summarize, highest Grok flexible picks here makes Aura leads in game 1. I agree. I feel like that Grok pick in the jungle was just a surprise pick, and RRQ Hoshi, they were surprised. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the item builds here for our first game. Arashi, a lot to analyze in our first game. Tell me, what is significant?
Facehugger has a Sky Guardian's helmet just to ensure that he will be on the map again and again. You guys are talking about the wave clear advantage, and with a Yve that doesn't have to go back to base at all. that's a big part of why Aura Fire is able to actually have the advantage when it comes to the wave manipulation. That aside, you can sit high on that Grok. He has the BOD, he has the Malefic Roar and Hunter Strike as well. So very aggressive build. Seems to be building for a bit more magic damage as well in the end. So it's a bit of a hybrid situation and he's able to use it to its full potential. Fluffy as well, knowing that his job is very dangerous. He goes in towards that back line. He has the Queen's Wings just to ensure that when things were getting messy, he is independent. He can survive for as long as possible. And I think that's one of the big issues on why RQ Hoshi, they cannot simply just deal with him. Skylar, if you noticed, he was at 6 items, a full inventory slot, and he sold 1 item off for the Radiant Armor. Just because the pressure coming in from the Eve, the range, is just so much better at zoning. Yes, the Feather Airstrike has more burst, but when it comes to deterring members from walking into that zone, the real-world manipulation is a lot better. Which is why I think Vin being able to jump on him on Facehugger has been so important, so significant in guaranteeing the win for RQ Hoshi.
Well, in that last item, right, for Facehugger, he could have gone for the Winter Truncheon, he could have gone for the Immortality, but he actually opted to go for Sky Guardian Helmet here. So basically, with this item, he basically doesn't need to recall. After every single fight, just go back a little bit, go and roam around the map, and you get full HP once again with the regen.
I mean, yeah, you're right. And I do want to add that high keeps building damage. BOD have to seize Hunter Strike as well. So going all in for that damage power as well. Let's take a look at the rich guy here. By Living by Mandiri fall to the hands of Albert. What do you think, Rashi?
Well, he has been all around the map. He has the speed advantage going across the map again and again to clear the waves as quick as possible. So he has the highest gold, it makes sense. But of course, the carry is going to be Kabuki on that Beatrix, man. We already mentioned how this man is special, especially on his signature hero. And in this game, he shows it again. Tank and Squishy members alike, he just takes them out if he gets close enough. And RQ Hoshi, with the protection of the Diggy, were unable to try and find ways to take him out of the fight.
And let's see here who will take MVP. My guess is going to be high. Of course, no, it will fall in the hands of Facehugger here. Presented to you by Samsung Galaxy A Series 5G, 5112, 89% KP though. Again, bringing a lot of utility with that Ice Queen and as well as Glowing One, but also damage that Divine Blade. Let's take a look at the highlights here for the MVP.
Presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A Series. And all begins, I think the main part is when they fight together like this, how well they play it out. When they come together here, even without the fatal links, RR2 is still able to do a lot of damage because Clay, as well as R7, they can do a lot of AoE. It's Albert as well, if he isn't crowd controlled, look at that, just going all around, slicing everyone up. But later on in the fight, you can see that Aura learn from their mistakes, they start positioning in a more spread out manner, and bit by bit, slowly but surely, they're able to chunk down the members of RRQ before the fight even begins. And essentially, they are not forced to commit ever. They can just wait for the right opportunities. And once everyone's low like that, then they can just wait for the right opportunities. And they just have to make sure that Albert gets under control. And High with the barriers is just so good in actually cutting off any escape routes or any advance coming from RRQ. And with the advantage, with the Lord in their hands, Aura just goes for that win. And that's the end of it. The flexibility, I think, is just so much better. As Mirko mentioned, one-dimensionality is very hard to make it work.
I mean, that's Aura. If we're talking about flexibility, it equals to Aura Fire. And again, in the playoffs, brings the same identity. Game 2. We'll see.
There's one thing I do want to add though, from game number 1, right? Because we mentioned the Atlas. How did Aura Fire counter the Atlas? Mostly, we talked about the Grok, obviously, the Diggy. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, Aura Fire looked fresh just like they were fresh yesterday. Remember, Arashi? Using the dual action axe effect, they get 48 hours.
Wow.
48.
Wow. And again, you can go and check in your commercial, perhaps, well, near any store, e-commerce or even physical store, check Axe out to you can get money.
Oh, you get prizes?
Get money.
While you smell fresh oh my god, it's just amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, you're right, it's money. Up to tens of millions of rupiah.
Wow.
For getting Axe, it's crazy. Smell fresh, just like Aura Fire in game 1. But again, let's talk a little bit about that Atlas. How was the Atlas countered? Sure, Grok, Diggy, with the CC coming in for the wild charge from the time journey, negating that fatal links, but also the poke that we mentioned, the range advantage from Kabuki and Facehugger. There was a moment in the highlights, and I think there was a lot of moments in the game where every single time when the time journey and the wild charge was popped up already without the fatal links, the fatal links is still ready here, the poke coming in is what seals the deal. Every single time Vin jumps in, he's always too low to actually get the fatal links onto anyone significant.
Back to the basics, right? If you're talking about tanky crowd control heroes, you need to poke it.
Yeah.
Talking about Kufra, Atlas, another way to counter those heroes is just to poke them because he will be in the front side. And again, Aura Fire, back to the basics, executed to perfection as well. As 3 minutes, we are about to enter game 2. Any last expectations here, Rashi? Because my expectations, Vin, step up, bro.
Well, as you mentioned, it's going to be a bit difficult for him to do so against that particular composition. I think overall, right, they just have to be a bit more disciplined because in the early stage, they were trading back and forth with Aura. And of course, it makes for good fun. It makes for a great show for sure. I mean, we were losing it here on the English desk. But against a team that scales better than you, you do not want to keep trading like that. You want to go for the definite advantages. You want to go for the objectives, the structures, the turrets, and then in the late game, with that advantage, you can actually corral Aura into locations where you can actually get a beneficial fight. With RRQ, you can see that in the towers taken, it really wasn't that significant, so they have to try and leverage a bit more of their early game into objectives, and then maybe if they want to go with the same early game orientated strategy, they can go for it. A bit of a game recap here for those of you at home who missed it. That's the game number 1 between RRQ Hoshi and Aura Fire, where Aura was unexpectedly able to withstand the early game aggression from RRQ and mount a huge comeback on the back of a Beatrix and a Yves. Impact players Facehugger, and for RRQ it was Albert on that Fanny for the first time since in this season. He was able to actually do a lot of damage, and he doesn't seem to be out of practice at all.
Yeah, and again, right, we can't really blame any of the RRQ players. I think they did really well with the composition and the draft that they were given. It was just a simple outdraft, in my opinion. There's not really much they could do with these heroes. Outrange, they couldn't go for the main win condition, which is that team fight, locking the players down for that AoE damage to come through from the Farsa and from the Bruno. And this is what needs to change for RRQ in Game 2, in my opinion, right? In terms of gameplay, I think they did, again, the best they could with the drafts that they were given. The drafts need to be a little bit more multi-dimensional. Once one win condition fails, they need to have a backup plan, because if they go for this one win condition, straight push kind of play style, it just doesn't scream RRQ. It screams something like Aura yesterday when they were in a desperate spot, you know?
I think the big issue here as well is how creative Aura is right now, right? We asked a lot of questions about how creative they can get, and here we have an answer. We're talking about the Yves and the Grok, like Mirko, and with that barrier, along with the spam coming in from Yves, essentially, any kind of engage attempt is forced to be rerouted and to take a lot more damage from the Yves as well. So overall, this composition just has so many more hidden benefits that at first glance didn't seem to be that big of an issue. But especially in that late game, when every single bit matters, when a single spell from the Yves can deal, what, 200, 300 damage, as well as the extra burn coming in from the glowing wand, I think Aura just has an edge when it comes to that creativity for sure.
Especially if you're Skylar, that is going to be a very, very nasty combo. If you're an MM, practically. But yeah, 5 seconds here to the second game drafts. Again, Aura Fire, they need to reset. They have won their first game. All they need to do is just stabilize and again, be consistent in the Land of Dawn. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the team that loses will not go home just yet, but they will be sent down to the lower brackets.
They have a second chance, but I think, in this tournament, with the format that you have, you're going to play less games in the upper brackets. I think every team wants to just secure grand finals as fast as possible. Again, it's not just the MPL title on the line. It's the M4 slot as well, the World Championship slot for Indonesia, for these teams right now. And we're going to have to see how they perform once again. Alter Ego, yesterday, were knocked out, eliminated. And now, Aura Fire can pull off another massive upset against RRQ. A bigger one here, 90%.
90%. Woo! That's what we've been saying, man. When people think you're gonna win, that's where it's most dangerous. And RRQ has felt that, and now they have to try and switch something up. Be more flexible, be more disciplined, whichever they want to go for, right? They will require improvements from game number 1 because there are holes in their game that Aura Fire is absolutely exploiting right now.
I agree. And it seems like here we are going to start drafts here for our second game. RRQ will have the first pick, or a Fire will have the second. And it seems like the first pick was again RRQ. They are trying to repair perhaps from game 1. Fanny picks up Aura Fire. They might respond with a similar hero, but no, Paquito and Faramis. And it seems like RRQ opposite Cory Ban towards that Grok.
All right, RRQ now with a response up against this Paquito and the Faramis. They did go for the respect ban towards Grok this time around. They know how flexible it is now on the hands of Aura Fire. When you pick it up at this point, we thought it was a good flex pick towards the XP lane and the roamer, but now for Aura, you can flex it to the jungle too. The thing is, even with Paquito, they can do this. We saw good gold lane Paquito for Aura Fire yesterday, and here RRQ, they're responding with 2 comfort picks. So currently, we're sitting at the Beatrix and the Eve on Skylar and on Clay. Thing is though, it's the opposite for Aura. They have a lot of flex potential here.
I agree. Well, in that sense as well, I feel like the Beatrix somehow forcing Kabuki on a Paquito, or again taking it away from the hands of Kabuki.
Well, for Aura right now, they have a very strong dive composition and they have the Faramis to work with as well. But I'm not quite sure what happened here. Maybe they banned the Faramis in the previous game and now they traded out essentially for that Grok. So, Aura will have a lot less flexibility in how they want to engage fights, but when it comes to surviving any kind of big combo from RRQ, they have a chance. And with banning the Hilda, they secure that early game potential from the Ling, or the Ling in the jungle. And with the Yutong banned out, are they going for a strong backline as well?
You know, I mean, again, right, RRQ are just playing with the idea that Aura can flex that Paquito into the XP lane, into the jungle. Well, actually now, into the XP or gold lane, because the jungle has been picked up, the Ling, right? So, again, looking at this Yuzong ban, it's quite strange, but if you're playing up against Aura Fire, nothing is strange. You need to ban whatever you're not comfortable up against, all right? Do not give Aura Fire the chance to pick up something crazy, because this Yuzong ban might be towards the jungle. We've seen high on a lot of crazy heroes. I think you can pull that off, too.
Well, with the Yuzong ban, I mean, Yuzong in the jungle, there's a lot of possibilities.